interviewed recently in Leeds, and the dude kept calling us Rav. But I prefer RV when it's like a musical thing.
Yeah. We'll call you RV.
Couldn't correct him.
Yeah, that's your stage name, right?
That's a stage name. Yeah.
Yeah. So RV Narang, welcome to the SMT. It's good to have you on, and it's great to have a northern voice on here. You know, a lot of my friends are Southerners, a few from the Midlands, but I'm getting further and further up north. So good to have you on.
Respect, man. It's good to be here, man. It's a good setup, good show.
No, that's cool, mate. Thank you, and I'm glad you've come on because I know you're an aspiring artist, right? Independent, inspiring artist.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, obviously, about your single, and I know you got a new one out. But let's start from the beginning. How did you get involved in music? Is it something that runs in the family, or are you just the first black sheep of the family?
To be honest, my dad was a Bhangra dancer many moons ago, and that was a big inspiration when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, I remember when I was a kid, I used to just jump on stage and start singing songs.
Yeah.
Like the legends like DCS, Sufri, AS Kang, they're sort of bowling and stuff. Yeah. But I didn't know much about music then. It was just a shonk as a kid.
Yeah.
And then it slowly developed into DJing. And then from DJing, I went into songwriting into singing. So gradual process, but it's good to have evolved slowly instead of going in the deep end.
Yeah, no, that's good. So obviously you've got some experience within the music industry. I'm quite interested what songs you sang as a kid, because that kind of era was one of my favourite eras. DCS, Boys, you know, that was the peak of UK Bhangra, right? So come on, RV, what was the songs you was coming out with? Which ones did you do?
I think Tinu Kolke was a big favourite.
Oh yeah.
Chin DCS's. I think Barlinga the Way, that was a legendary one. I think probably by Upna Sangeet couple as well. Mere Yaar Bajawe Toll. That was one because we used to do with the bullion with the toll.
Yeah.
And then one or two by A.S. Kang as well. Some classics from his album Kukuru Kuru. I don't know if you heard that album.
Yeah.
Classic album. So I remember going to India and listening to that cassette like continuously. It was the only cassette I had. So I just fell in love with all the songs. It's just weird.
Go on.
Strange.
Go on.
No, because I mean, back then you had no option. It was just like literally what you had on cassette, or if you had a mini disc player, 18 songs, and that was it. Them 18 songs you really like, treasured. But now music's like limitless.
Yeah, it's limitless, and it's kind of throwaway as well. Yeah, I know. I mean, you had a mini disc player. You was probably a bit posher than me, but I had cassettes, and I remember them days when you made an effort to go out to. It's usually the Mathieu shop, wasn't it? To go.
Yeah, definitely.
Get to and you'll ask them what the new cassette's out. And I remember reading the inlays of like DCS, and you start to know the band members because you their names, like Tubbsy. Tubbsy's a good friend of mine, and he used to be on every single bloody cover because he's played with everyone, right? And
Tubbsy's good guy, Tubbsy.
Fantastic, top man, and he's coming on the show very soon, actually. So,
what a guy! That's good.
So, he's a great guy, and I've got a story about Shin from DCS, actually. When I was younger, I was an aspiring singer as well. A bit like you, I wanted to get a single out, and I really loved Shin from DCS. I just thought he's the man. And
he is a man, true.
And I collared him at a wedding, and I said, "Look, I want you to teach me to sing." And he's like, "Yeah." He's a nice guy, and he obviously didn't.
He's really friendly. Yeah, he's friendly. Yeah.
Friendly, right? So he goes, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Next time I see you, we can sit down." Little did he know, I knew he was at a wedding the following week.
Here we go.
Here I turned up, right? And he sat in my car, and he showed me a few bits on the harmonium.
Oh, that's class.
Yeah, and he sang a Hindi song for me, and I sang something, and I think straight away knew I was shit. And
he can't be that bad. He can't be that bad.
And but I remember that day. He's such a good guy, for someone who's so big in the industry. He's a great guy. So you're into kind of the music I was into as well at the time. So at that time, did you ever think I want to become a singer, or was this just shonk and think I like going up on stage and?
Nah, to be honest, I never thought I'd be like I'm kind of recognizing the Northeast, so I never thought I'd become like a household name. I just thought I'd just do it just for the shonk, really. And when you're young, you're like, obviously people are throwing money at you and stuff, so you get more excited. You think, oh, this is great. I'm like 14, 15, I'm going on stage, getting a lot of attention, making money. It's just, it's overwhelming, really.
Yeah.
But I never thought that it'd go to the level that I'm at now.
Yeah, and it's a bug, isn't it? I think once you've done it, it's very hard to explain to people what it's like to be on stage and to sing and to see people dancing to you singing and enjoying themselves. It really is like a drug.
It is. I would say it definitely is a drug, man. It's like when you've released music, you just want to release the next thing. You think, oh, what can I do next? What can I do next? It's just strange. That buzz never dies.
No. But you worry, like you mentioned earlier about music, and we have it saved on our hard drives. We stream it now on Spotify. We don't even have a physical copy of anything. Do you think music's become very throwaway now? You listen to a song, it's the next song, you throw it's the next one.
It is 100%. I mean, I'll give you an example. When I first released, like 2010, 2011, the songs had a bit of a shelf life, where a couple of months they were going on for. People were listening to them continuously, and you're getting a reaction a couple of months later. But I think now, like 2020, it's like literally one listen. People even skip through your videos and stuff. No one's got time to even like. You put so much effort into making a video. You think of all these ideas, and then people are skipping through your video, and your family members, and you think, I've just spent 6 months planning that. Will you just sit and take 3 minutes out and watch it? You know what I'm saying?
Watch it. It's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes.
I know.
Watch it. Come on. Yeah. It's hard work.
One day I could any anymore. It is sad reality.
I think it's the same with all kinds of art. It's not just music as well. It's any kind of graphic design, photography. I mean, photographers are really struggling these days because people are just there's literally billions of photographs online now. So, they're really struggling. But I think that's the society we live in. So you can either sort of give up, or you can do what you're doing and continue and try and do the best work you can do. Do you have a long-term plan for yourself? Do you look far ahead?
I think my ultimate goal is to release my album, really, which was due this year. It is ready, actually. It's like 2 songs away from completion. So 2020 was the year, but I think it's going to be 2021, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because this year has been a bit of a
shit. I mean, 2020 has just been scrapped for everyone,
Exactly. I mean, there's no. I don't think if to release an album, there's no buzz this year. It'll be hard to create a buzz again. So I think next year come back fresh with the album. But I'm going to hopefully release a single end of the year, big one, something big.
No, nice. I mean, you mentioned about the music, and because of the pace in which people listen to music these days, and you worry that maybe the style of music may get old because you got these kind of themes running around in the year. You get summer hits that people sort of kind of copy.
Yeah.
Old. Do you try and follow trends, or are you looking to make your own style of music?
To be honest, I listen to what's out there, but I try and create all this fresh sounds really as much as I can. I don't really want to be. I'm not really into like soul and tumbi type of music, to be honest. You listen to my tracks. I try and stay away from that. I try and keep it urban-y kind of world music, because I've got a lot of following from like a Western audience, so I want to try and cater for them every time. So I get influenced by like there's so much music out there. There's so much like percussion you can use. How can we like? I know it is Bhangra music and it has to come from a dole, but there's other ways of creating that sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always try and be experimental in my music. That's why I do it anyway.
No, I think that's great. Kudos to you, mate, if you're doing that. Do you remember the band Animica?
Yeah, from Coventry, I think,
Yeah, when they used to do a little dance routine before they started. And,
yeah. Juggy was a drum player, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, Juggy from DCS was a drummer in it.
Yeah.
And Animica were one of the first bands not to have an Indian instrument.
Oh, is that right?
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is not Bhangra music." It was, of course, it was, right? And but I remember them days, and that's what music is about, though, right? It evolves. Who says it needs to have a dole in it or a dolaki?
I think music's all about giving the public different sounds all the time, because I mean, there's a certain sound that they've heard all the time. You want to give them fresh, like Duchi Stamal is really fresh to the ears, and I always want to give something fresh if I can. Yeah. I mean, the opening track on my album is quite dissy and quite funky, but the tracks in between are going to be quite edgy.
Yeah. You got to keep the desi heads happy as well, right? So
yeah, I think when I launch my album, I'm going to keep it dissy. I mean, that song's ready. It's absolute banger.
Right.
So just need to shoot a video for that. 2021, hopefully. I've got some. Just thinking of ideas for the videos as well. Now I've got a bit of time to do that sort of thing.
So you think of the ideas yourself as well? Are you like a one-man band? You're producer.
I am ultimately. Yeah. I mean, I do the artwork kind of ideas myself. I do the lyrics. I get involved. Obviously, I've got producers on board, but 90%, like all the groundwork, I tend to listen to the songs, make all the changes. Like 3 minutes 50, change that. Like at the end of the song, do this. You know what I'm saying? So I really have a hands-on approach with my music.
That's good. I think, and you should always retain control of your own work, and I think that's what you have at the moment. You know, because back in the past, you would sign to a record label, and you kind of lost control of your work in a way. And but these days, you can do it all, really, can't you? You can publish it yourself. You can do it yourself.
Definitely.
You know,
I think these sort of things, it is good to have like a marketing team on board, I would say, which I didn't have for Tuji's Kamal, but probably for the next single, I'll bring somebody on board, because I mean, it depends on budgets as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's probably time as well for yourself. It's a lot of hard work, right? When you're having to do social media. I mean, really, you just want to sing, right? Create songs and make songs.
Well, make songs, make nice videos, make good music. Really, that gets appreciated.
Yeah,
and then there is the whole social media aspect of it. When if you put one post on Facebook, you want to duplicate it for Instagram. Then on TikTok, and then you've got the Bigo apps like that as well. And there's so many. Twitter.
Are you on TikTok?
I joined TikTok for the new single, actually.
Yeah.
Just to create hype for that. So it has worked. It's just done well.
TikTok is nuts, though, isn't it? Have you seen the videos on there? Absolutely.
I hardly ever watch the videos. I just post and then go off it. But I need to watch some videos on it. Some crazy stuff.
You're disciplined then. I downloaded it because I thought I might use it for this show. I thought see what it was like. And I just ended up seeing random Indian men in India dancing to Bollywood songs. I was like, what the fuck is this stuff, right? And 2 hours later, I was still watching it because it's constant, isn't it? It's a stream of small little videos, and they are funny. Some of them are completely hilarious. Some funny people out there. But I think for singers and like yourself, DJs, it's very good. Oh,
1 second. Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're back, yeah.
Yeah, the phone just flashed.
Oh, that's all right. I think for people like yourself, it's fantastic because you can get all these women, can't you, dancing to your song? It's always good.
Well, I did post one of a friend of mine from a local girl dancing to the song, and it just got so much attention from all my friends who were like, "Who's this girl? What's going on? Who's this girl? Do you know her personally?" I'm like, "Oh my god, she just danced to the song."
Yeah.
You know, what's the big issue?
Yeah. What about
it's crazy
song?
Man? Listen to the song itself, man. Crazy, man. That's friends for you, innit?
Yeah, and that's kind of how marketing works as well, though. It sells, doesn't it? If you see a pretty lady dancing, people to watch it, right? And that's why they do it. That's why these artists do it.
Well, to be honest, in the video, I stayed away from all that, really.
Right.
I just kept it all about me, kept it real, kept it original. Tried to showcase where I'm from, and just kept it very authentic and raw.
Yeah.
And everyone enjoyed it, to be honest. I got some really good feedback.
So your videos, are you based around the northeast, is it? Are you?
Yeah, in Newcastle upon Tyne.
Yeah.
So I just went to the city centre, I shot the video. I mean, to be honest, all my videos will be shot up here, really, I think. I might shoot one up in Glasgow, I think, towards Scotland way.
Yeah.
I've seen some lovely locations there. So why not switch it up?
It's nice that you shoot it in the northeast. I like that. I think that's great because you're from the northeast. You write the songs yourself, you sing them yourself. You got a lot of input into the music, and you're part of the northeast. That sort of defines you as someone different from Birmingham.
Exactly.
Whatever it is these days. But, you know, that's your sort of
niche. It's like a niche, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, you should be proud of where you're from, obviously. You know, and
no, definitely.
Talking of the northeast, is there much of a Bhangra scene up there, or?
To be honest, that isn't really. There's there used to be events and stuff, but they kind of died off. So we're trying to bring them back towards before COVID started, really.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll try and revive the Bhangra gigs again. But in terms of artists, there's no artists around really that you to collaborate with. So every time I need music, I have to go up towards. I've got a few producers up towards Glasgow, or I've got Birmingham, Manchester, then London, really. So and then in India and Canada as well. Obviously, producers everywhere, but no local people. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? So for yourself, you're kind of on your own, ain't you, really, in a way? But
it is, yeah, it is. I even put a post out today looking for local producers, but nobody came forward.
Yeah. I mean, it must be tough because it'd be nice to have like a collective. You know, I know RDB. You know, they were brothers, but they kind of made a scene, didn't they, around Leeds and Yorkshire?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think what RDB did was they created a whole genre of music, I would say, within Bhangra itself. So all credit to them, man. And even now, their songs get played all the time, and their name's like a brand. It's a big brand.
Yeah, absolutely. But for yourself, you know, one of the things that interested me was that you write your own songs, and you're a UK-born guy, right? And you're writing Punjabi songs yourself. You know, where did that come from? Was it hard to find writers in the Northeast, or?
No, to be honest, the first song I wrote back in 2007 called Nachke, which was on a mixtape, and then that year I must have wrote about 7-8 songs, quite good ones, and then I just started writing, and then to be honest, I enjoy writing more than singing. So I love writing songs, and I've wrote like hook lines for different artists. Here and there, had input on different lyrics. So I love the aspect of writing when you're creating a melody. You know, when you're thinking of a chorus, and you think of a verse, and you think, oh, the bridge could be like this. I love that aspect of it, just taking the time out and writing a song. I mean, I think I write a song every couple of days. I must think of a tune or a new melody or something.
So where'd you get this inspiration from? I'm sure it's not walking around the Northeast.
To be honest, I most of it comes when I'm actually asleep and I'm lying in bed. And then a tune comes in my head. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, that could be a song. And I quickly record it on my phone. Then the next day I analyze it and say, could this be a song? And then if I can't, I scrap it. But if I can't write something to it, then I always do. So it just comes randomly. You just don't know when you're going to get the ideas.
Yes, that's pretty cool, mate. That's pretty cool. So I know your latest single, it's got a kind of a European vibe to it. You know, like it's very it's very different. It sounds like a world music kind of single. You know, when you look at the world music chart, music from all around the world, and you got like Arabic music, Pakistani music. You know, it's got that kind of sort of poppy Bollywood type,
like fusion. Yeah, like fusion. Yeah,
that's the word. Yeah, fusion. Was that intentional, or did you just think this is the kind of music I want to do?
I think, to be honest, with Cheese Kamal, I just wanted to do something for lockdown, really, because I got really bored. Then within lockdown, I actually wrote the song, and then I sent it off to a producer in India who came back with this sort of vibe. And then I was just really feeling what you'd done with it, and then it got mixed and mastered in Amsterdam, so it is quite international, the whole project. And then I just wanted to put something out there, not long as it was of a decent quality. And I really feel that Cheese Kamal, that people have just like accepted it in a way that like, okay, we didn't expect this sort of music from like a Northeast artist, and it's something different to what I've done as well. It's kind of it's only a 2-minute song. It's not too long, so it keeps you wanting more. Really, that was the idea.
No, I like it. It's nice. And how many singles have you had out now? So how long have you been doing this for?
This is since 2010 was my first single, Tera. That was with Mani Sandhu. Then I did Deniya Kya with Mehi in London, then Electro Bhangra, then Galsa and Swag in 2018, which went number 1 in iTunes charts, which was amazing. And then this is my sixth single so far.
Yeah, wow. So you didn't give up, right? So you carried on and on and on. And
it's true. To be honest, in this field, you can easily give up and just knock it on the head and say it's not for me. But I think the more I'm going on, the more stronger the whole movement's becoming. So I think I'm going to stick it out until I release the album at least and see what sort of feedback I get.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
At least have an album, you know. You can look back when you're older and say, you know,
exactly.
I've got an album, you know. And
No, that was my intention really. Just I've got a body of work really, and then I've got a backlog of songs that I want to release. So they're all going on the album really, because these days it's not about CDs, it's about everything's digital. So people can skip through like 20 tracks easily. Okay, I like 17, I like 10, I like 6. You know, that's up to the public really to decide. But I want to give them different flavors. I've got reggae songs, I've got electro songs, I've got desi songs, hip hop songs, all a total mixture. Latino, I've got Latino vibe in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a total mixture of everything.
Right. And that's your next plans. I mean, it's a bit of a shame, right? We're in COVID and 2020 has been a bit of shit, right? So, because I think you've obviously had big plans for this year.
Well, to be honest, Do G's Kamal wasn't on the agenda at all, really. It was one single, which is releasing at the end of the year, and then album 1st of October. That was the plan. But 1st of October will probably be the next single. So it's crazy how it's worked out. But then 2021 will definitely be the main album itself, with the big track Humble Jatt. So watch this space.
What's it going to be called? Sorry.
The opening track's called Humble Jatt.
Right. Have you got a name for it yet, or
the album name's My Way.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's all about me, and
you've got it all set, haven't you? Right. So
to be honest, the album artwork's even ready. That was done last week actually.
Yeah.
So everything's in the pipeline, really set to go. But it takes a lot of planning, man. Behind the scenes, you know, genuine when that no one understands it. When they just see the glory on the TV or in how they look in the pictures, they don't understand the blood, sweat, and tears behind the scenes. It is a proper graft.
Yeah, and it's tough as well. It's a tough industry because when you put your single out there, or anyone puts a single out there, you know, the audience are a bit like, yeah, I like it, no, it's shit. And that's it. There's no grey lines, is there? No one gives anything a chance these days. I remember cassettes in the old days, you at least play it a few times because
or
whatever it was, you give it a go. You know, you give it a bit of time and it will grow on you. You know, grower. Cool albums with a grower.
Yeah, definitely.
These days, they ain't going to let nothing grow on you. If it's good, it's good. Or if they don't like it, that's it. Next.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, they've got the option of going next as well these days because, like, there's got to be at least 4 or 5 songs releasing every day. Has to be.
Unbelievable.
And then you just think they've got the option of all that music all at once. And that's without even Bollywood music releasing. This is just Desi music. Easily 4 or 5, like talking about like Punjabi singles or songs. 4 or 5 a day. You've got so much choice all the time.
It's unbelievable.
Unless you're doing a banger that no one's going to take notice.
Yeah, and it's difficult because in one way it's a shame because sometimes your music can get lost with all the flood of other music. But on the other hand, obviously, it's because you can release it yourself now and you're not relying on record companies to distribute it for you and this, that, and the other. So there's two sides of it, really, because really you're independent and you can do it all on your own. You can shoot the video yourself and, you know.
Yeah, or like in-house.
In-house, right? So back in the day, you had to pay, you had to borrow your friend's car, your BMW convertible. You had to try and get some girls to jump into the video and all this.
Yes.
You know,
heavy.
A bit of that, what was that fog they used to use? Was it ice?
Like dry ice and stuff, yeah.
Dry ice and all that stuff. Yeah, you know.
That's class.
Yeah, but you know, things have changed, and for music, it's changed as well. But so I mean, long term, once your album's out, are you? I mean, what about gigs and live shows and PAs?
Well, to be honest, I would love to do more shows on the back of the album and try and obviously recoup some money because I've invested a lot of time and a lot of money into the album. So if I can get a bit of a return after the album, that'll be brilliant. Do some live shows, but we'll have to see how people accept it, really. Mm-hmm. But the other point I was going to make is I think the more these days it's not about the audio, it's about how it looks visually. And I've had this chat with quite a few artists in the industry. You can't just drop an audio these days. You just cannot. It'll just go in the mix. There's got to be something visual, a visual point where people can go on YouTube or see it on TV or something where they can start vibing or feeling the song. Because it's not about the audio anymore. It's about the song, how it looks. So I think that's a really big aspect of music these days, which probably wasn't there. Like obviously when you did music, there was no music videos, really, was there?
No, mate, we didn't have TVs then either.
That long ago.
When I was in a band, I was in Bernardinmunder, right? Years ago, in Bhangra band. There was no YouTube.
Crazy.
No, right? Nothing. And we had the only way we could get music out was to sign to one of the record labels, and I think we met Natural, Ninda Johal Natural.
Oh yeah.
We eventually went with Kiss Records, and we had.
Oh yes.
I think originally we was with Multitone. Remember Multitone?
Okay. Yeah. I remember them.
So it was difficult, and then you just sign, and you signed for 5-6 albums or whatever it was. There was no YouTube. I don't think we had no videos for the first album. And but then slowly we could see videos becoming so important. And now even for me on my podcast, I started a podcast 2015. This one, I had to do some kind of videos, something
visual, isn't it?
Even though it's an audio podcast and people can listen to it on their headphones, but people want this on YouTube. So I'm going to have to somehow get all of these interviews. I will do is put them on YouTube as well. So
okay, that's class.
Yeah, so you make the people happy who want to watch it. And also, people want to listen. You've got to cover everything. It's
all avenues. It's all avenues. I think these days people want to see who you are and what you look like. If they like you, then they'll go and like your music or support your music or click that like.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. You just get dismissed. I mean, image is such a big part of the music these days.
Yeah.
If you haven't got the right image, you might have the best voice, or he doesn't look the part. Push him to the side. It's really sad. I don't think talent's talent anymore, or art's art. It's people's mindsets, really.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
There's a story. I don't know if you heard of this guy called Sunny Dintsey, and Sunny does the videos for Sartinder Sartaj. He did the one for Dasman. He's a friend of mine from my hometown back in Gravesend, right? So he's been on the show, and he came out with a story about that. He's in India, and he's in a recording studio. He's working. He wouldn't tell me who the artist was, but I've got an idea who it was, right? And anyway, there's a guy that brought tea in, like a kid, and then,
like Jawala,
Jawala, right? And they go to the little kid, look, go and sing a song for Sonny, and he told me, he goes, that little kid was the best singer in that studio by far.
Serious,
right? And Sonny goes to like the people that he's with, the people he's staying with. He said, "Look, why don't you give that kid a chance? You know, he's really good." And they said, "Oh no, it's not sellable." He goes, "We can't market him." And he goes, "Sat." He goes, "That guy's voice is unbelievable." He goes, "He's the
serious
best singer by far with anyone in that studio." And he's talking about some big artists who were in that studio at the time.
Serious,
right? So that's what you mean. It's not sellable.
That's so sad, though, isn't it? That kid's got talent.
Yeah.
But it'll get overlooked because he hasn't got the image. But it is.
It is sad. What it is, right? But you remember the old days, the bands, the Bhangra bands, like Apranasagi and Premi. I mean, to be honest, their image wasn't great all the time, right? With the sort of bands on, the shiny tops, but they were great because musically they were fantastic. Right.
Yeah, of course. It was all on point.
And I remember the period when Jazzy B turned up to the UK. And do you remember?
Yeah.
Dungareens on, and his hair was sticking up.
Yeah, he had his whole like this fresh style, didn't he? Yeah. Funky style.
And everyone here in the UK definitely were thinking, "What the fuck is this guy wearing?" Right. But when he went on stage, and I think it was the Hippodrome was one of the first places he came on stage, and he sang a Galeep Manak song, and everyone was just blown away. Thought this guy is amazing. And
exactly,
so
something different, something fresh, isn't it?
Something fresh, something different, and he was all about image. He had very different style of clothes because compared to the UK, where he's wearing sequin tops still, right? But this guy
exactly, he brought something fresh, didn't he? But the thing with Jazzy B is he walked the walk and he talked the talk, but he pulled it off. You know what I'm saying? He could pull it off, and he still does to this day. He's a crown prince of Bhangra, so. Yeah. Big respect to him, man. He's pulled it off. He looks apart and he smashes the stages up as well.
Yeah, he's got a great voice, and he's a proper Bhangra artist, isn't he? International artist.
And plus, it took balls to do what he did back in the days, doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to think, okay, all the Bhangra singers look and act a certain way. I'm going to bring my Canadian style to the forefront, and he did, man. So respect to him, man.
Yeah, he moved
Seagull,
from Canada to the UK. So he moved.
He's in Birmingham, I think, now.
Because that's where the heart of Bhangra was. So he knew in Canada, it's a fairly okay scene in Canada, but he knew in Birmingham was where it's rocking, all about. So he came over here, and then he made the transition to India. I think he's great. He's fantastic. Is there any other artists you look up to these days?
To be honest, I love Sufi music. So like I love like Hansraj Hans. He's my idol in music. I love his voice.
Yeah.
Feroz Khan, he's another one of my favorites. Wadali, he's one of my favorites. In terms of music production, I love A.R. Rahman. I think he's one artist I look up to a lot. Punjabi music. Trying to think which producers. I think Mani Sandhu's good. He's good up and coming producer. Well, he's made a good name for himself. And I like Ravi Bal's production actually.
Yeah.
I think it gets overlooked, but some of the things he does he's really got his own sound, but no one really talks about him much.
Yeah.
That he's a fantastic producer, man. So
I think
I'd love to collaborate with him one day, man.
With Ravi Bal, yeah. I think he did do an album with Malakith Singh, didn't he?
Yeah. Midas Touch 1 and 2 were both with Ravi Bal.
Massive albums, right? It's Midas Touch.
Class producer, man. He did an album for A.S. Khan called Kung Fu.
Yeah.
I love some of the production on that. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Way ahead of its time, man.
So who knows? You know, you could end up there one day. Who knows?
I'll have to get on the phone to Robbie Ball, have a chat with him, and try and get something sorted.
Because these days you could slide into his DMs.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean that's a thing, isn't it? It definitely is.
Because no matter what anyone says, and they said, "Oh, I don't read my messages. I don't do that." That's bullshit. They do, right? They all read their comments. They all see who's liking their posts, right? They all got egos, right? I know, and so you never know if you could send something, hear something, you know.
Could collaborate.
Yeah, it's a different world these days, but I like all the artists as well. Hansraj, I love. What a great voice.
He's unreal. Yeah.
So I saw him playing Gravesend once. He's amazing, and I went backstage afterwards to get a picture taken with him. I was only young, and he goes to me 1 minute, and he sprayed his hair.
Serious?
It sprayed.
No way.
And he sort of. You know, he's got Dutch curls, isn't he? So
that's sick.
Yeah. Then we got a picture taken with him, and I thought
that's class.
Yeah, if he's going to get a picture, he wants to make sure his hair looks good, right? So, but he's a great singer. I mean, what a voice!
Oh, he's unbelievable. Hunts, man. His sons are good as well, man. His 2 sons sing now as well.
Yeah,
they're up and coming, really good.
Yeah.
Yuvraj and Navraj Hunts, but both awesome voices as well. So good when it runs in the family, innit? The music.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in India, it does. I tell you, I don't know if you're a big fan. It's Sardul Sikandar. Yeah. It's the
Sardul Sikandar's good, man.
Yeah,
he's one of the legends.
They did an album together, didn't they? A religious album once.
Sardul and Hunts.
Yeah.
I can't remember coming across that. I'll have to research it.
Because both of them are technically superb, right? Singers. Both of them are kind of doing these songs. I just don't know how they sing them because they're doing all these rags in the middle of the songs, and it's a. If I find it somewhere, I'll send it to you.
Send us a link. That'll be interesting, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great album, a religious album.
I was gonna ask you, Sat, what instrument did you play in the band?
You know what I used to sing?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you played the drums or something.
No. I used to be a backing vocalist first, right? And then I actually, this is how I know so much about the Bhangra industry, right? Because I did a single with my friend, Shin GC.
Oh, yes.
Shin Hair, he's just come back out now.
Yeah.
Some songs, right? He's a good friend of mine. And I wouldn't really had a chance to go and end one of his album if he weren't my friend, right? So I said, look, let me do a song on your album. He's like, all right.
Serious?
Yeah, one of them things. So I did a song with him, and I recorded in Pete Ware's studio. You know Pete Ware?
Yeah.
He did all the
Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah. He done a lot of albums, and I think I had and Hair play the percussion. This is going back.
Serious? That's class.
Long time ago. And we made a video in our friend's nightclub.
Oh, no, well, I'll have to research it.
And no, you don't have to, mate. No.
So is a track on his album, on Sin JC's album?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's called Hanane. And I think if you look on YouTube, someone's put it up there, a shit cop version of the video, but it's on there.
I'll have to have a look at it. I never knew. I thought you played the drums or keyboard or something.
No, I don't. No. I just sung. I did backing vocals in the band because it's easy, right? You know, at weddings, all them setting up their drums and keyboards. It was a nightmare for them. I literally had nothing. A tambourine.
Just turn up and just do the. So were you the backing vocalist for PDM?
PDM, yeah.
Oh, that's class. That's amazing.
Yeah. And we towards the end, we could see, you know, RDB was starting to come onto the scene. This was like the early days, and we started seeing them at a lot of gigs and a lot of other DJs as well. And that's when the live band scene was going.
You could tell, there's a bit of change.
Yeah, and we persevered. And Uncle, who's the lead singer, Bal Singh Desi,
he's
a proper singer, right? He can't sing on PAs, and he needs a band, right? And so when we started doing PAs, it was we were a band. We weren't people, right? And we just couldn't. The fun went out of it. You know, we enjoyed playing live. That was our big.
Okay.
So
that he had a good voice as well. The lead singer, he looks a bit like my dad actually. I remember because he's quite a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
With a beard.
Yeah.
He looks a bit like my dad. Always when I've seen the CD, I remember, or the cassette, I always thought he looks a bit like me old man.
It looks a bit like Surinder Shinder.
Yeah. He does. My dad looks a bit like that actually.
Yeah,
he does actually a little bit.
All three of them together.
three musketeers.
Let's get it on, mate.
We'll get that sorted, man.
So that's what I did back in the days, and slowly I started getting into radio. I started presenting on Punjab radio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and this was when it started, right? 2001, I think it's 2002, something like that. And we was one of the first presenters, me and Shin Air again.
Okay.
And we even tried to set up an online radio station. We done a lot of shit back in the day, right? And so eventually music sort of went, and you know better than anyone, you have to practice, right? Singing. It's not to practice, right? You got to put
definitely
in.
Even the areas.
I don't think I had the discipline for it, and I used to drink a lot then, and I used to like partying. So, but you got to put the time and effort into it, you know. If you want to.
You've got to. I think if you can write your own songs, I think then you can practice more as well. Because when I'm writing songs, I'm always practicing the different like ranges and different styles of singing and stuff with my lyrics. So I think if you write songs, you get a lot more practice in as well.
And also you can do the songs which work for your voice.
Definitely. You can select them yourself.
Absolutely. You know, the style that you want, because, you know, you could go to a writer and he could show you all these songs, right? And you could think, it's not really suiting my voice. You know, I don't think this song's right for me.
I'm not going to lie. A couple of writers have approached me with songs. A very good songwriter from Canada, actually, he writes for Justin Sidhu. He's approached me with a couple of songs, but I never like the compositions that they make. I like my own style of making songs, or the melodies that I've got. I make them all myself, so I like my own way of making songs, basically, or melodies and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just kind of in my own kind of shell, really. I think. Yeah,
that's good. So you think of a melody first, and then try and put some lyrics on top of that.
Yeah. I think the tune always comes first. Very rarely do I think of lyrics first, but it's always about the tune. So once I've got a melody, then I can start writing something, and then I've got a chorus, and I think of the verse. But I always find the verse is a lot harder to construct than the chorus. So, as long as the chorus is good, but you want a really good verse as well. So
yeah, is that hook? As long as
it looks, it is.
Yeah,
the hook line has to be a killer, man.
Yeah. So Avi, look, we're coming towards the end.
No problem.
Is there something you want to say to anyone listening or watching now these days, where the people can get in touch with you, your social media channels, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, man. Just follow me on my YouTube channel first of all. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers possibly. So I've only got about 350 so far. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Mr. Avi Narang. And then Facebook, Instagram, it's all under the same name, Avi Narang. So follow me. TikTok as well, Avi Narang 007. That's the one. That's the main one now.
That's the main one, yeah. You're next to all them Indian guys, aren't you? Bollywood songs, right? So if you scroll
that's
around,
the one.
Avi Narang will be on there as well, right? And but yeah, I'll put all the links on the podcast sort of app. So when you open the app, you'll see all your links on there as well. All right.
I appreciate that, man. And watch out for my next single, dropping at the end of this year, called Sari Sari Raat. And then watch out for the album 2021. Well, hopefully.
When it comes out this year, later on this year, come back on
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about it, mate, and then I'll get my tambourine out and I'll do the backing vocals.
We'll do something live after the album. Definitely, I promised loads of people that as well. Yeah. So I think once the album drops, I'll come see you personally, and then course live card there, live ball leave on there.
Let's do it, mate. Let's get the three shinders together as well.
Yeah. I'll come down with my dad. We'll have a nice little chill as well.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Look, Arby, it's been great speaking to you. It's been a real pleasure.
Respect, man.
The first time I've met you, so it's been nice getting to know you as well. So,
I know, it's the same to you. Lovely guy, man. You know quite a lot. Well, you know a lot about the Bhangra industry, man. I'm surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people
You're a gem.
I don't talk about it so much now, but good luck to you, mate. I know how hard it is, but don't give up.
Thank you, man.
Opportunities are there, and I love your new song as well. I think it's different. It's better than a lot of the stuff out there that sounds the same. Same samples and the other songs that you hear all the time.
No, thanks. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's something different, and I think keep that hook of the Northeast. I think I love that. You know, you're from the Northeast. Be proud of that. And
exactly.
Check it out.
Thanks, man. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate it, man.
No,
it's been fun.
Man. Yeah,
enjoyed it.
We'll catch up again.
Definitely, 100%, man.
All right,
thanks, that.
Bye-bye.